Welcome to another unboxing. Bit of a difference to this unboxing today. I've just received the Cirsair Leader Kickstarter, which is why we've got a load of different things on here. At the same time, I was ordering Corsair Leader with the expansion pack for that. So I was sort of pondering what to do, whether to do two separate ones, and I thought, no, I'm just going to do one mass unboxing of a load of different things. Corsair Leader will probably be a brief one, to be honest, and I'm probably going to get tangled up everywhere. So let's start by moving a few things out of the way. Now let's move Corsair Leader out. We'll do that at the end. Already getting tangled up. Talk about this as well in a moment. So we'll go through each bit individually. First of all, let's get this. Now this, I believe, the Kickstarter exclusive, and it's just a different sleeve for the game with Chinese writing on this. So just a nice little extra. It was one of the Kickstarter goals. On to the main body of the thing, Cirsair Leader itself. Designed by Chuch Seegert, who it's his first game, I believe. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong there, Chuch, but I am fairly sure on that one. I do have a few other Leader games, and I do have a lot of DVG games. I've got B-17 Leader, Hornet Leader, Sherman Leader, and now these two. B-17 Leader is my favourite, so time will tell if this one can topple that. One thing about Leader games, for anybody who's not aware, is I don't want to say they're all the same, because they're not. They all have some differences, but if you've played one, it's not too difficult to learn another, which is nice. They've got the same same base system. So once you've got your head around one, it's quite easy to get another one out. And I don't wade through the rules on other ones. What I will do when I first play is I'll set it up and I'll get going, and I'll just refer to the rules when I come across anything I'm not too sure of. Obviously, Cirsair Leader from the Japanese side of World War II. As always with these games, a lot of cards, mounted display, a couple of 10-sided dice, help sheets. Time 60 to 90 minutes. That probably refers to individual missions. You'll see when we get out. You run a campaign with this. You pick your squadron to take you along, and then you do different missions as you're going along. So I don't think you can do a campaign in 60 to 90 minutes unless it's one of the very simple ones. Let's get the box open and start having a look at what we've got. The instruction book, which I did actually proofread. They were asking for people just to proofread just before the Kickstarter, or was it after the Kickstarter? I don't remember. Components. I find them set out quite well, the instructions. Lots of information. You can pretty soon find anything you're looking for. They're not too taxing. Plenty of illustrations, so you know where you're going with things. One thing I don't know about is dogfighting, which was first brought in, I believe, in Corsair Leader. It's been expanded on. There you go, dogfighting. It's been expanded on in Cirsair Leader. From what I gather, in Corsair Leader, it's a little bit confusing, and the aim is to make it much simpler in Cirsair Leader. What I'm also looking for, I should really have looked at the index. Crossover rules, page 41. Something I'm interested in. So you've got a crossover there between Cirsair Leader, I don't know if you can see that there, Cirsair Leader and Corsair Leader. So you can play two players, with one to play in the Cirsair Leader game and one playing Corsair Leader, which I think is very interesting. So that's something I'm looking forward to, make it a bit different. So what else have we got in here? mounted board for the dogfights. So that's not your main. Your main board will be here for your missions. Again, the boards tend to be fairly standard boards, particularly for the air. Having said that, B-17 Leader's different, but Hornet Leader, Phantom Leader, and I believe Corsair Leader, very similar boards. You have your target cards on here, which you pull out, decide which target to go for. Various events happen as you're attacking whatever the target is. What is good about a lot of the DVG games as well is this little bit down here. So you've got the sequence of play, which is nice, just a nice little touch. I always like that, particularly when you're learning a new game. And then we have a lot, actually, of campaign. Yes, when I say a lot, that really is a lot. These are the individual campaigns. So you've got the Coral Sea campaign, Battle of Midway, Battle Canal, Santa Cruz, Port Moresby, introductory one for Pearl Harbor itself. It actually tells you on all these what level. A few introductory ones there, standard. Philippines, Lake Island, Lake Gulf. So you're getting up to skilled level here on this one. Expert, Okinawa, Home Island Defence, New Georgia, New Britain, and Rebel. What you have on here, I'm not going into great detail on it, but the numbers here refer to different targets. So when you get to the cards, each card is numbered, so you put those into the pack as potential targets for your squadron. So you then pick, at the start of the campaign, you pick your squadron. Different aircraft are available depending on the year. You've got the target numbers there, so you know which to pick out. And then you've got a scoring system down on the bottom. Recon and Intel, that changes as you have successful missions or failures. You'll have little sliders that move right or left. Your aim is to get it up here, makes it easier for you. Then you have a player log, just one sheet to photocopy. I did notice actually, double-sided one. There isn't anything available online yet, because what I like to do, I have a little tablet that I can download PDFs on and I can mark them off, so I can actually record them on there. So I'm hoping someone will download something onto Board Game Geek or the DVG site soon. Player help sheet, double-sided. These are the crossover rules, playing the two games again. Looking forward to doing that. The pilots, as you go along, have different skills, and they can gain skills as they become better pilots as well. So that's telling you what those are. Key terms, again, DVG games have a lot of this. So you have something on a card or somewhere in the game, and you can refer to these and it tells you what they actually mean. They're really handy to have. I did notice somebody else had done their counters, and this has got to be the biggest DVG game I've seen, I think. And I've got Field Commander Napoleon, which is massive, but this one's got a lot of counters. A lot of your time is taken picking your bombs for the mission. It's very important to pick the right bombs, because different bombs are better suited for different targets, but there's quite often a payoff between the weight of a bomb and its usefulness. So there's all that within it. Mentioning Samurai Spirit, and these are hostiles. So these, when I say these are hostiles, these are American planes in the main, B-38s. And on the back is the ground forces, so anti-aircraft fire coming at you as well. These are your stress tokens. You accumulate stress as your pilots fly missions, and you can rest them to get that stress back, because it does affect their ability, as you imagine, as that stress level gets too high. And one of the ways you do, I do know this is different, is you can have them drinking sake to reduce the stress levels. Yeah, a lot of counters. I think I was talking about one of the other videos about clipping counters, and I have got into clipping counters now. I don't think I've done one for a DBG game, because their counters are great. They just don't need it at all, they just pop out. These are your planes. There's an individual one for every pilot, so every pilot card will have a plane marker. You've got low trajectory and high trajectory as well, which affect things. More bandits. They're hit markers when you're attacking a target, just to keep track of that. And I imagine these are the skills that they have, and the increases if you become an ace. Probably not going to open these, to be honest. Should I try and open one, because I'm terrible at opening these. I'm thinking you don't want to see me. Oh, that's not too bad. Spending half an hour wrestling with wrapping. What I just want to show, if I can, yeah, each pilot actually has 3 double-sided cards, and pilot NATO starts off as a newbie. Then it will increase to become green, average, up to skilled, veteran, and then ideally legendary status eventually. And that, alongside there, you can see there, once he's legendary, doesn't get stressed out. Like, he can take more stress before it actually affects his figures. That one, does he have any skills? No, he doesn't. I'm not sure what that symbol is. Yeah, certain pilots. Find one of the. What's that symbol refers to? So I'm not seeing any. Yeah. Right, anyway, that's me trying to work it out before I've actually started. Yeah, more pilots, plenty of pilots. Kamikaze on there, I don't know whether that is one of the skills I was looking for. So. Let's see if I can just. Kamikaze during the game, so I just want to open this. Demonstrate the target cards actually, if I can. So, there's your pilots. Then we have events with your event deck. So you draw one of these as you start mission. I'm assuming it's the same as the other ones. That's mid-mission, and that's on your way home from the mission. Some are good, some are bad, some are very bad. And your event cards. And these are your target cards. As I say, they've all got a number in there. It tells you how many bandits are around, how many victory points it's worth, various information. that is your Zero Leader main box. Let's put this stuff away and then get ready for the next part. Onto the extra bits and pieces that came with it. I did go all in on this. I do get carried away in Kickstarters. So we've got some more cards there because obviously we didn't have enough cards in that pack. So it adds 52 Japanese pilot cards and 4 event cards. Going to have these legendary pilots just when the start of the campaign and take them into battle. So these, as the name suggests, they are all legendary. So single-sided. So I would imagine these cost a lot more to take. And looking at the photographs, these are based on real people as well, which is always a nice touch. And some extra event cards which will mix in with the main pack. So we've got that. The legendary cards. These guys are trainees. So again, I don't know how this ties into the game, so that's something I will need to learn. Any extras? Don't read the back of that. So yeah, we've got a couple of event cards there as well. I've messed up something away. I'll just leave it to one side as I intended to. And then there is an expansion already for it, which is the Chinese expansion. I'm absolutely gobsmacked by the amount of content in this game. Actually. It's got to be the heaviest, definitely of the leader games I would imagine for content on release. I know some have had various other bits come out, so. So we use the same board because the board's fairly generic. We've got Burma, Indian Ocean, China itself, Malaya Peninsula with the British, and Singapore, and more counters, which will be for the new pilots as well. Final view. I'm just on off screen. I'm just trying to open this set of cards. I'm not having any success at all at the moment. Maybe this would happen. Come in. That's it. Just for that. If I was better at editing, I would edit that out. Yeah, very similar to the. Again, like you can see for a gallery there, there's 3 double-sided cards. And some more event cards because. Although, sorry, not event cards, target cards. Now, there doesn't look to be many, but what you will find is, so there's 45 in the main game, these run from 46 onwards, because the target cards themselves are fairly generic, so it might say anti-aircraft side. So it doesn't matter where they are. The target cards from the first one, even though that's some of them are offshore, different areas, they're fairly generic. So these are more aimed towards China itself. So yeah, expansion to go with it. And then we have Corsair Leader itself, which, how should I do this? Just let's clear some of this stuff up. Then finally, Corsair Leader. Should get the expansion for that as well. This, I believe, is just, yeah, an errata pack. Right. Change rules, few different counters. Obviously, this game isn't new. Zero Leader's new, but this one's not. So that's good to see that that's all. I'm not going to try and open this and have you staring at nothing as I fumble. You see, what you're looking at here is that in US Navy and US Marine pilots for Corsair Leader, legendary pilots. So as in the Zero Leader one, you've got some real guys on there. I don't know if they're all, to be honest, I don't know if they're all named after real people here. I know Patrick Boynton, I believe, there's a quote of his on the back, which I had heard before, but I didn't know who made it. Flying is hours of boredom, sprinkled with a few seconds of sheer terror. Which also applied to submarines, that's what Das Boot always tries to portray. Again, very similar layout on the back, again components in the same place. So this is why I'm doing a brief one, not to say that this is the same game as Zero Leader at all, so please don't shoot me, I'm not saying that. But this was just something that I wanted as I was getting Zero Leader itself. Again, you've got the dogfighting mounted board. So you've got the instructions, but they're the original instructions. You can see there, second edition instructions. So that's now I've got the most up-to-date instructions now. Similar board. And I have got something which I picked up the other day, which I do have for a lot of the DVG games, and I do like. Is the Neoprene Mount. So that board will not get any use from me. I like the Neoprene Mount. So pick that up second hand from somebody in very good condition. I do a lot of the mats, and I might use that for the Zero Leader game as well. I'll see how it goes. Do have the counters compare? Compare very similar to Zero Leader. There's a lot of them again. I'm not spending a lot of time going through them because they have a similar layout. The mission log, single-sided Corsair Leader. And you've got the campaign. Am I jumping ahead of myself here? Yes, I am. Island operations. This is different. We've got island operations and carrier operations, which obviously are going to be carried out differently. Yeah, that's something different. Good, that's something to get your teeth into. And then this is what I've doing. Again, a lot of campaigns. And these open up as well, so you've got a bit more to these. Special weapons as well, which I didn't mention in the last one. I don't know if they're on there. You've got your normal bombs, and then you have special weapons, which normally cost extra points, extra SO points. You have a limited number of SO points. You can see costs down there. They cost each mission if you want to go for those. So Yeah, that one's double-sided, these are single-sided. Now these look to be pretty much mirrors to the Zero Leader ones with all new written, which would make sense for the mirror, sort of mirror game that you can play as 2 players, of course. So this is a different Operation Vengeance. Lake Gulf's in it. Who's on? Again, I don't think that was on. Wake Island, Guadalcanal, New Georgia. Yeah, I think this one's actually got even more missions, so there's plenty to go at in these games. There really, really is. A lot of content for your money. And they've now have the link campaigns in here as well. So the new edition has got the link campaign with player help sheet, the key terms, as we stated before. Aces expansion, so I've now got 2 copies of the Aces expansion. Interesting one. No, so anyway. But, these because you've seen how it works, but again, a lot of playing, so I've got 6 cards. This little badge, which I will pretty sure I'll never use. And then you've got your target cards, and the event cards will be on there as well. Dice. So that is my rather lengthy unboxing video for Zero Leader, coupled with a little bit of Corsair Leader thrown in. Anybody who's been listening to these now, I'm starting to do quite a few of these unboxings. I try to keep them, this one's been longer because I've been doing various ones, but I try to keep them out sort of 10 to 15 minutes where I can. If you've enjoyed that, please subscribe, and I'll be putting more and more on as I buy more games, which is far too often, so there'll be more coming soon. Thank you very much, thanks for listening.